Hi everybody and welcome to Going Infinite. We're going to do some shards drafting. I'm using a mock tool online. I play Magic the Gathering online. I don't play at a shop or anything just because of where I live. Shards goes live, I believe, on Monday, so we want to get some drafts in to help us out. Um, so let's get started. So this is our first pack. This is pick one. We have Kresh in here, which I'll more than likely take. Um, we also have an Exuberant Firestroker. Basically, if I control a creature with power 5 or greater, I can have him deal 2 damage to target player at the end of every turn. He also gives me colorless mana. I like all the charms except for the Esper charm. But I'm not going to take it because we have Kresh in here. Hissing Iguanor. And then we also have an obelisk for some mana fixing. With this, basically with this format, with this set for limited, you're going to end up playing 3 colors just about no matter what. And more than likely, you're going to be playing 4 or 5 different colors. So we need about 4 to 6 different mana fixers between the obelisks, the tap lands, and the panoramas. Don't really care for the panoramas though, so we try to skip those and get other stuff. But let's take this Kresh. Okay, so here we have a Thunder Thrash Elder, which is pretty nice. He's got Devour 3, so you sacrifice a creature, he gets a +3/+1/+1 counters. It's really nice if you can pick up some of the Goblin summon things. The spell that gives you 2/1/1 Goblin tokens. The Rare Ranger that gives you soldier tokens, stuff like that. Basically, any way you can make tokens and bring this guy in, he's a beast. Might skip him though. Don't know yet. He could be good, but a lot of times he's also not good. There's the Esper Charm that I don't like. I like it for the draw, but I can grab a blue capsule if I need draw. There's a Jungle Shrine. I like the uncommon lands. They come into play tap. They come online the next turn. Let's see. Here's the blue capsule. You can sacrifice it to draw 2 cards. Tidehollow Strix. I like this creature. It's 2/1 for 2, flying Death Touch, Vythian Stinger. Basically a prodigal sorcerer. It's also got Unearth. Volcanic Submersion. Destroy artifact or land. I can cycle it for 2 if I can't use it. Cycling Elf. It's a Grizzly Bear. And the Windwright Mage, which is a 2/2 flyer, or a 2/2 with lifelink if I have an artifact in the graveyard that has flying. I'm not too sure here. I'm thinking the Jungle Shrine just for the mana fixing straight off. I also like the Strix. I like the Pinger. I like the Thunder Thrash Elder. I think I'm going to take the Thunder Thrash. I don't know. I don't think that'll come back, so I don't really think any of that'll come back, but we'll see. Bots can be weird. I like the Jessian Infiltrator. He's unblockable, 2/2 for 2. Get some exalted stuff. He becomes a beast. It doesn't seem like I'm going to be drawing much exalted just because of what I've picked so far, and most exalted is in white and blue. So I might skip this guy. We have Goblin Death Raiders. It's 2 casting costs for a 3/1 with Trample. I also like the Dragger. It's 4 casting costs. He's a 3/3. I can cycle him if I don't need him or if I can't cast him. And he's also got Unearth, so I can bring him back for another turn. Excuse me. If I was artifact heavy, I might think about the Metallurgian, but I'm not. So I'm going to take the Dragger. So here, pick 4. I have a Firestroker. Again, that's the 2 damage if I have a creature with power 5 or greater at the end of the turn. I like the Elvish Visionary. He's 2 casting cost 1/1. Lets me draw a card. 2 casting cost 2/2 with haste. The Iguanor, which is whenever a creature is put into the graveyard, I can have it deal 1 damage to a target player. Resounding Roar is pretty good. It's basically a giant growth. It's got a big cycling cost, but if I cycle it, it's 6/6 until end of turn. I think I'm going to take that Guanor. So here we got some mana fixing. I also like the Drum Hunter. If I have a creature with power 5 or greater, I can draw a card, 1 colorless mana. I think I'm going to take the mana fixing though, and I'm actually going to go with Naya to give me the white. So here we have an Arcane Sanctum, which is another mana fixer. Resounding Wave, which is another one of those big cycling. This one's like unsummon. So I can return a target permanent to its owner's hand. If I pay the big recycling or cycling cost, it's 2 permanents. I also have the Land Destruction with cycling, 4/3 for 5, and the Wild Nakatul. I like this guy. He's 1 casting cost 1/1, but he has the probability of maybe being a 2/2, possibly even a 3/3. Depending if I have a mountain or plane or both in play. So I think I'm going to actually grab that. So next pack, I got another Resounding. So this is pick 7. I have the Carrion Thrash. He's completely on color. I tend to draft black, red, green a lot. Some combination of those depending on which bombs I get. So this guy's 5 casting cost 4/4, and when he dies and goes to the graveyard, I can pay 2 and return another creature card from my graveyard to my hand. Excuse me. I like that guy. Probably going to pick him up. So here we have 2 casting cost 1/1 with haste. I can tap it to give creature power 5 or greater, haste until end of turn. Don't like the Viashino Skeleton. Don't really care for enchantments at all. I have Proto-Matter Powder, which is kind of nice. I can sacrifice it to return target artifact from my graveyard to play. I don't have that many artifacts except the obelisks right now, so I'm not too worried about that. Outriders is alright. It's 4 casting cost 2/2 with Exalted. I think I'm going to take the Taunter though, or I could take the Grizzly Bears down here. But I try to grab at least 3 5/5 guys, and that could make it pretty interesting. So here I have a Creeper. He's a 2/3 Death Touch. Has to be blocked by 2 creatures if you block him. So basically I'm going to pound away at my opponent unless he decides to trade 2 for 1. I have more mana fixing. I think I'm going to take the Creeper. So here I have the Naturalize, the Grizzly Bears, the Capsule where I can draw 2 cards, which is kind of nice. I might actually pick that up. And I have a Windwright Mage, which has lifelink. It's 3 casting cost 2/2, and if there's an artifact in my graveyard, he gets flying. Again, I don't have a whole lot of artifacts, so I might pass on that. I think I might take the card draw, splash for it. Here, pick 11. Not a lot going on. Probably not a lot left in the draft. I'm actually going to take the Death Raiders. Going to take the God Toucher. Can prevent damage to creatures with power 5 or greater. Take the Creeper and the Dragon Herald. It's 1 casting cost 1/1. Actually, it turned out pretty well at the end. I didn't get great stuff, but I got stuff that kind of fits. So far we have a couple big creatures. I have 1 mana fix. I need to work on that. I probably need to get 4 to 5 more for the draft. I have a big bomb creature, or can be a bomb creature. I got some guys that trade 2 for 1. I do have some removal with those guys. I don't know. We're looking good so far.